Spineless. Zibi slams Defence Minister Motshekga for backing SANDF chief. Wednesday deadline looms as pressure mounts on Gate and Mckenzie over racist online remarks. And 6 die in deadly wildfires raging in Spain and Portugal.
EWN. In touch, in tune, and independent.
Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
Army officers are not supposed to make political statements at all. What the general said in Iran can be said by Angie, not him. That Angie is spineless and does not want to deal with the issue. Does not mean she is correct. She herself is wrong. And if I was a president, I would also dismiss her as defense minister due to unsuitability and having zero strategic awareness, like the general, who has zero strategic awareness.
That's what Rise Mzansi leader Songezo Zibi thinks of Defence Minister Angie Motshekga for defending SANDF chief Rdzani Mapanya. This follows Mapanya's trip to Iran, where he reportedly co-signed stronger military cooperation between the two nations. But the SACP has hit back at his critics. It's understood, he said, Iran's military has significant capabilities that can be used in cooperation with the South African Armed Forces to serve mutual national interests and enhance regional and international security. Zibi is also concerned of the impact this will have on South Africa-US relations. The South African Human Rights Commission believes there's evidence that Sport, Arts and Culture Minister Gayton Mckenzie has violated the Promotion of Equality and Prevention of Unfair Discrimination Act. The Commission has received several complaints against Mckenzie for old social media posts that resurfaced after he indicated he would sue podcasters for disparaging remarks made against coloured people. The SAHRC has now sent an allegation letter to Mckenzie before determining its next course of action. Mckenzie said that his social media posts and comments had been taken out of context. In a statement, the Commission said that depending on the response it received from Mckenzie, it might institute proceedings against him in the Equality Court. The clock is ticking into Nhlanhla Mkhwenazi's allegations of police corruption. Members of the ad hoc committee investigating these allegations made by the KZN Provincial Commissioner are not in agreement on the scope of the inquiry. The ad hoc committee reconvened today and members are still locked in discussions over the committee's terms of reference. But parties are not in agreement on whether the inquiry should be able to change its terms of reference during the process and also widen its probe.
We want to just raise a point there where it says on the original, the committee may vary or amend these terms of reference provided the principle of fairness is observed. Our view is that we can't have this committee, continuing just to amend the terms of reference.
Bringing an explosive situation under control. Calm has been restored at the Mapa Mall following anger over the death of an e-hailing driver there last week. Nkosinathi was shot and burned in his car at a pickup point.
We are confident that whatever happened will not happen again. Law enforcers are also part of this team, so that we need to ensure not only safety of the center, but safety of the community members in this area. We are confident that, and that's why you see us also in all our meetings having the taxi association. It's our interest that the e-hailers and the taxi associations work together.
By the end of today's court proceedings, Nkosinathi Nagula was in tears when the judge announced her case would be postponed again. It's been over a year and 4 months since the 68-year-old was arrested, ultimately ending her political career. Spokesperson for the NPA's Investigative Directorate Against Corruption, Henry Mamotami, says the state has handed over the dockets requested by the defense.
The state and the defense attorney have also agreed that this date would be provisionally used for pre-trial should the defense not decide to make any further applications pending the outcome of their consultation. She remains out on 50,000 rands bail.
The matter has been adjourned to the 21st of November for pre-trial processes. Thabiso Koba, Eyewitness News.
The NPA has revealed that the man accused of raping and murdering his 4-year-old daughter has a previous assault case. The Eldorado Park man is also accused of physically abusing his 2-year-old son and allegedly breaking his arm. He appeared before the Protea Magistrates Court alongside his wife today, facing rape, assault, child abuse and murder charges. The wife allegedly knew about her husband's actions but failed to report him to the police.
The Eldorado Park couple, appearing for the rape and murder of their 4-year-old daughter, have decided to abandon their bail application at the Protea Magistrates Court today. Initially, the couple appeared separately, with the father facing charges of murder, rape, compelled rape, assault to cause grievous bodily harm, and child abuse, while the mother was appearing for failing to report the sexual assault of a minor. What led to the arrest of the couple is that earlier this month, the community of Eldorado Park heard screams from the house where the family was living, only to find the child was bleeding, seemingly beaten, and with a swollen eye. The father was immediately arrested while the mother and the child went to hospital. A couple of days later, the child succumbed to her injuries and the father's charge was changed to murder. At the same time, her mother was arrested for failing to report the child abuse. Today, the parents appeared in court together because now the mother has been charged with murder and child abuse, including her own case of failing to report a sexual offense on a minor. The couple will remain in custody until their next court appearance on the 9th of October. Jabulile Mbata, Eyewitness News, Protea Magistrates Court.
The Thabo Mbeki Foundation is not ruling out returning to the national dialogue after pulling out last week along with several other legacy foundations. Chairperson Geraldine Fraser-Moleketi reiterated today that the foundation's withdrawal was over what it felt was a lack of preparation for the national convention which was held over the weekend. The foundation is of the view that the precursor event needed to have a more solid basis from which civil society could interact and engage.
It's never too late. What we withdrew from was the national convention that we said should be given a bit more time.
The dispute over the burial of former Zambian President Edgar Lunga has been postponed indefinitely in the High Court to allow for the matter to be heard in the Constitutional Court. The Lunga family lawyer escalated its plight to the Apex Court last week after the High Court ordered that the former president's remains be repatriated to Zambia for burial. Lunga died in June while receiving medical attention in Johannesburg, and his family wants him buried in South Africa.
But what has happened is the family has since filed an application for direct access in the Constitutional Court. And on those bases, the parties have agreed to allow the Constitutional Court process to unfold.
Wildfires continue to rage across Spain and Portugal, with thousands of firefighters, the military and aircraft battling the flames. 6 people have died so far, including 2 firefighters killed in road accidents on Sunday. Fueled by extreme heat and drought, the fires are worst in Spain's Galicia, Castile and Leon and Extremadura regions. Residents describe scenes of destruction, choking smoke and near escapes. Volodymyr Zelensky says it's up to Russia to end the war ahead of key talks on Monday with US President Trump, who is pressurizing Ukraine to give up Crimea and drop NATO ambitions. Today's meeting follows Trump's summit on Friday with Russian leader Vladimir Putin that resulted in the US president dropping a demand for a ceasefire and instead calling for a permanent peace deal. This time, Zelensky is bringing European allies with him, including NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you for more again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.